back at it again with another YT video. Vicky Pastiche here, and today we are going to be doing a stiletto type shape with some neon colors, which I'll be using Maya Secret. My homegirl gave me these. She didn't use them, so she gave them to me to use, and I actually found use for them, which I'm super glad about. So let's go ahead and get started. First things first, I'm going to go ahead and cut down these nails. Once I cut down these nails, I'll go ahead and start shaping them. I'm going to cut them down just because this is not the length that I want these stilettos to be, so I'm going to cut them down to where I would want the stiletto to end. Now I am going to go ahead and shape out the stiletto with some regular clippers, and boom. Now I've gone ahead and shape them, and now I'm just going to go ahead and take the shine away from them first before I actually go into file each of these nails to the stiletto shape that I want them to be. Right now they probably look a little ragged to you guys, but don't worry, trust the process. While I go ahead and get all of the shine off of all of these tips, I just want to go ahead and talk about what we're going to talk about. So today is chit chat time with V as I create. So let's go ahead and talk about what you guys can expect. So in the upcoming months, you will see Kai Nyoaah transition into the new merchandise that I plan on dropping. I'm super excited for the new content that I'm going to be bringing as far as content to my YT channel for Kai Nyoaah, as well as my actual website and my boutique. So definitely stay tuned. You're going to be seeing a lot more customized handmade pieces versus what you were generally seeing on my site. Before, I would just go ahead and get these pieces from vendors and manufacturers, and I didn't actually do anything with the pieces. So I'm gonna just not start from scratch, but I'm revamping. I've revamped about twice now, but I just feel like anytime you feel like your business needs to revamp or go in a new direction or a different direction, not necessarily new, or expand a little bit, that you're able to do that because it's your business. And that's the great thing about being a business owner and it being your own, because you can revamp it or change it or do whatever it is that you want with your business. So that's what I'm doing with Kai Nyoaah. You'll be seeing my creations, and I will be combining my polygel work with my boutique. Now, I know that sounds a little bit off, and you probably don't quite understand exactly what I mean by that, but that is why you should stay tuned, because you will see exactly what is going to be going on with my merchandise and what I'm doing with my polygel work and my nail work, my nail art, etc. You're going to be seeing those possibly sometime after May. Again, I said in the next couple months. I have some other primary focuses right now, and I'm still building up my content for my channel. So I'm trying to get more consistent with that first before I go and launch my new merch, because they're going to go hand in hand, as I'm going to just say again. And I'm super excited for when you guys do learn what I mean by that, because all of the ideas that I've been working on and all of the things that I've been creating and working on, I'm just excited to share, and I want you guys to give me feedback as well. So again, I'm going to be showing what is going to be coming, and I do want everyone's input, or those that actually shop with Kai Nyoaah, or family, friends. It doesn't really matter, honestly. I like people's honest opinion because it does give me direction on what it is I need to fix and tweak and change, because I am here for you all. I create my content and I do my site and my business for myself on, the foundation level, of course, because this is something that I truly wanted to do, and I want to be able to build my brand and be able to pass that down to my children, of course. I mean, the name itself came from my children, and they're the reason and the heartbeat behind me actually going for it and getting, in the track of my business and like actually pushing myself. Not necessarily pushing myself, because that just sounds off, because I know a lot of people are like, oh, So your kids are what made you do it. And it's not necessarily that they made me do it. I always planned on having my own business. I just never exactly knew what direction I wanted to take my business, what the name was going to be, the logo, where I was going to start, if I was going to be online or if I was going to be like an actual brick and mortar place where you can physically go as a location. I didn't know exactly what it is that I was going to do, but with my kids, they were really that push to start. Like, you don't know exactly what you want to do with everything, but you have some ideas, so just start it. Because as long as you start it and as long as you at least try and work on it and continue to work on it, it'll grow. It will get bigger, it'll get better, and that's going to take time and that's going to take work. So they just gave me that extra oomph to just not be afraid of doing what it is I said I wanted to do in the first place. So that brought about Kai Nyoaah, and now as I'm continuing to work with Kai Nyoaah and my vision is becoming more clearer as to exactly what it is I want to do and how I want to expand and what ways I want to expand, I am going to be doing that this year, 2022. So I'm super excited, and I hope that you guys are excited for what I am bringing to Kai Nyoaah, and I just want you guys to stay tuned. Now, if you've been paying attention, I am currently shaping my nail out to the stiletto form that I want it to be. So best tip or Proco or whatever you want to call it, the best tip that I could give you guys as far as shaping a stiletto from what I've learned, and that's just, again, I am self-taught. I do this from scratch. I mean, you can only do this from scratch, but I am self-taught. I don't have anyone to really show me what I'm doing wrong, or when I do things wrong. All I can do is watch my very many videos that I watch and do the research and just do it hands-on. I learn better by doing versus someone showing me. So that's another reason why I remain self-taught. I know a lot of girls, females that are in this business that could probably teach me, and I could probably learn more quickly because they're already on that level of growth and they've done it before, or they've taught themselves, or they've been doing it for a while now. And so they could probably teach me, and I could probably learn more quicker, and my stiletto might be more crisp, and my sets might last a little bit longer, etc., etc. But I want to learn all of this on my own. I'm not in a rush. I'm not rushing. I want to learn it on my own, so that's what I'm doing. So back to what I was saying is, with shaping, what I've learned is that what you want to do with a stiletto is you want to start filing from above. If you were paying attention to the video, you would see that the angle that I am shaping, as you can see, is from the side. So you're going to want to go up and down from the sides first, and then you would go underneath, and that's going to really sharpen it and make it crisp. So that's what I have been doing in order to achieve my stiletto shape for this set. And that's, excuse me, that is what you will see me doing when it comes to shaping all my nails here. So just continue to watch the video, and if you have any questions or if you have anything that I missed that you would want to mention, definitely feel free to do so. If you have any additional tips, definitely feel free to do so. Again, as you can see, I start with shaping my sides, and then I go under the nail and I make it more crisp, and I clean the under out. One of my nails actually broke off. As you can see, one of them is still square and very long. One of them broke off while I was doing this set. I really don't know. I probably hit it against something too hard, and so the tip came off, and so I had to reapply a tip. So I will be going ahead and reshaping this middle tip once I am done with these nails. Again, when you're seeing me shape these nails, I start from the sides and I go up and down on the sides, and then I will go ahead and go underneath at an angle so that I can sharpen. So boom, this is where I'm at, and I'm gonna go ahead and shape this middle nail that I mentioned earlier. As I stated, I broke it off, so I'll go ahead and be shaping that. Let's go ahead here and get started with applying the actual poly gel. As you see, I did go ahead and shape that nail. That was still not a stiletto shape, and now it is. So let's go ahead and clean off my hands so that we can get started in placing the poly gel on. As you previously saw, I am going to be using Roslyn poly gel. Soft pink is the color that I will be using today. And with poly gel, the brands, I don't really have a preference. I use any brand right now that I can particularly afford. Polygel is not very expensive, but it's not inexpensive as well. Roslyn is like an in-between as far as price-wise between McCart and any other polygel, really. I can't really, Savilon. I use a one called like Sweet something, I can't really recall, but yeah, so I really like the Roslyn polygel, especially this soft pink. It's very easy to maneuver, as you can see, in shape. And the first steps that I always take when I'm creating my set is making sure that I'm pushing the polygel all the way towards the cuticle. So that it's like a good foundation. With polygel, the great thing is that you're able to go ahead and do another layer, so you're not stuck. As you can see, like my first bead of polygel is not filling the entirety of its nail to its best, shape. There's a small dent in my nail that you can see. I'm going to fix it out a little bit, but I already know that I'm going to have to apply a second bead. But the great thing about polygel is you can apply that second bead right on top of what you're already creating. So I'm going to go ahead and fix this up, get my cuticle, because what's very important is making sure that that cuticle area is not flooded and that it's not reaching like the actual lining of your hand. You want to have like a small smidge of a gap, so I always go ahead and clean up that cuticle area. And then after I go ahead and curate this I do about 30 seconds, I believe, and then I'm going to go ahead and apply a second bead on top of this nail so that I can actually get the apex a little bit thicker and making sure that the nail itself is like leveled out correctly. You don't want that big dip that you previously saw. Okay, so just pay attention to that. I'm going to go ahead and finish up on this nail, and then I'm going to go ahead and finish up on all the rest of my nails as far as the polygel work. All right, so I have gone ahead and completed my right hand. I just wanted to show you where I was since I did the polygel foundation. For the rest of it off camera, I'm going to go ahead and complete my left hand now. Boom. Now I have my left and my right hand completed as far as the foundation of my soft pink polygel. And I'm going to go ahead and also file it off camera and get it to that nice crisp stiletto shape that I want it to be at. And boom, I've gone ahead and filed it off camera. If that is something that you're wanting to see on camera, if you specifically want me to show you my process from start to finish, definitely go ahead and drop those comments below and I'll be happy to do so. The reason why I do part of it off camera is because it's already a lot of content to edit. You generally, if you're aware, when you're creating your YouTube videos, it's like 2 to 3 hour content that you're trying to compress into a 30-minute minimum video here. So that is why I do a lot of the rest of the process off camera. I'll show you like one nail of me actually applying the foundation and then do the rest off camera so that I don't have too much that I'm removing or having to edit, because I'm already taking 2 hour to 3 hour content and compressing it to 30 minutes. But if that is something that you are wanting to see specifically, I can do a video where it's just me on the foundation, going ahead and doing the foundation of my polygel set versus when I'm doing my creating. Again, this is Chit Chat with V and creating. So most of what you're seeing me do is the creation part, which I feel is the nail art. But if you're wanting to see the creation part as far as the foundation, as well as the shaping after the foundation, things like that, definitely let me know. Drop those comments below and I'll be happy to create that content for you. I am just wanting this to be a fluid video, so I do not a lot of it, but I do most of the process as far as the foundation of the polygel on each of the nails off camera, filing, etc., because that may take a while. So yeah, what you see me currently doing here, I do not have everything that everyone has out there. I know that there is literally like a white gel polish that I could have been using, but it's not something that I had access to, and I didn't want to wait and go buy it and yada 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 and postpone this video because it's already postponed enough. So I went ahead and just used what I had available to me, honestly, and this is just regular acrylic paint, and what I did was loosen that paint up with some alcohol and I mixed it up, and that allowed me to be able to use this as you would if you had like the white gel polish. Now, as I mentioned in the beginning, I am going to be using the Maya Secret Foundation's acrylic powders to go ahead and make and create this neon set. So what you'll see me creating is a neon rainbow stiletto tip going on, so that's what you'll see me doing. So just continue to watch as I do so. It was a little bit difficult because with the acrylic it dries really quickly. So what I found, which you'll see later on or probably towards the end of the video, is that if you place like a base coat on top of the white acrylic paint that you're using, like if you don't personally have the white gel polish that you could use, otherwise just use that because it's way easier. But if you're just using what you have at home, like I do sometimes, you can go ahead and use just regular acrylic paint, and then with that acrylic paint, if you place the white on and it dries before you're able to put the powder on top of it, because that film, that texture, the wetness of it not being fully dry is what keeps the powders attached to it, and because it's acrylic paint it dries quicker. I went ahead and would tap it with some base coat if it seemed a little too dry, so that the powder would actually stick. So you might not see me actually do that in the video, but I just want to let you guys know that that is something that I do so that the powder is able to stick on more, and that's why it looks like more crisp and better towards the end, because I went ahead and caught on basically in this little hack. So again, this is just like a hack. If you have the regular white gel polish, definitely feel free to use that because it's definitely much simpler. But this is just if you have this at home and you're wanting to do a set I just want people to know that you don't always have to have what is out there. You don't have to have the actual gel nail polish. You can use regular paint polish when it comes to nail art, or regular paint, acrylic paint when it comes to nail art, as that's how I began. I have realized that, of course, the gel polish is easier. One, it lasts longer, it looks better, but if you're wanting to, you know, create and you don't have those things, you're able to use other things and alternatives, and you can still get just as good of a set out of what you have at home. I'm sorry about that wording there. So just continue to watch me create this set. I go ahead and clean it up a bit with some acetone. You would clean it just the same as if you were using the regular gel nail polish. You would clean it up with some acetone to get it more cleaner, etc. While I go ahead and finish off this set, I just wanted to bring back up again Kai Nyoaah, because I brought it up in the very beginning, and let you guys know that I do plan to relaunch new merch. So definitely go to our Instagram page and follow, so that you can be on top and stay tuned for all of what is to come, and you can be the first to know as far as giveaways, promotions, discounts, new merch drops, etc., etc. So that would be at Kai Nyoaah, at KAINYOAAH, Kai Nyoaah. Again, that name is created with my 3 kids' name combined. But go ahead and go to at Kai Nyoaah on Instagram. You can also go to at Kai Nyoaah on Facebook and follow me there, and you can stay on top of all of what's to come, as well as my videos when they're dropping, because that is where I post about it. And again, you'll be seeing more content as far as creating with me and more conversation. So definitely stay tuned for that. I'm excited. I hope that you are all excited, and I hope that you guys do appreciate the content that I am bringing and the creativity part of it, because this is the direction that I will continue to go. All right. It was great chit-chatting with you guys and creating. I am going to go ahead and finish up on this nail design here. As you can see, that my middle finger looks really, really good. This Maya Secret acrylic powder works really, really well, and they're very, very vibrant. So I feel like this was such a good, like, random gift. Again, one of my homegirls is who gave me the Maya Secret powder. She doesn't use them, and I found use for them. She also does nails, and I'll actually be dropping her tag, her Instagram down below, as well as my website and my Instagram down below. But I also want to drop hers just so that you can go check out her material or her content. She creates nails as well. Unfortunately, she's no longer someone that you probably could get your work done from if you are in Florida anyways, but maybe she'll take a trip down here. I'm not too sure, but I will go ahead and drop her link below so that you're able to take a look at her content and see what she does, because she works with acrylic. I work with polygel specifically. If I'm working with acrylic, it's to this extent. I'm using it as, a coating so that I'm able to do this creation of my neon look, but I don't actually use acrylic for my foundation of my nails. So you'll see acrylic from time to time on the creativity side, but you won't actually see me use acrylic as far as whenever I'm doing my nails. I strictly use polygel, and that is what I'm going to remain and continue to use. I primarily began with acrylic, but I just didn't like how when it would be on for longer than like a week or two, my nails thinned out, whereas polygel, it doesn't thin out my nails, for one, and for two, I don't have the same issue when it's coming off. Like, I feel like with acrylic, it pulls on your nails, and it also pulls on it just pulls on the entirety of the nail bedding and all of that, and polygel works better for me and my nails. If acrylic works for you, that's great. It's just not something that I will be doing. Again, my sis-in-law, my homegirl, she is the one who handles that acrylic and slaying acrylic. So if that is something that you're interested in, if acrylic is the work that you're interested in, I will go ahead again and drop her tag below so that you can go ahead and look at her work and see what she's doing. And if you have acrylic questions, you can take those questions there. I will only be able to answer anything pertaining to polygel. And again, I'm not an expert. I am a self-taught polygel nail tech, I guess you could say. And that is where I will continue with my work and where I'm going to continue to practice in. It'll be in my nail art for polygel work. All right, so I'm going to let you guys just watch the remaining of this creation. I appreciate you guys coming. Please, please, please do like, comment, share, and subscribe. I appreciate you all. I appreciate everybody who has subscribed thus far. I appreciate anyone who watches my videos, anyone who shares my videos. Also, be sure to share the content. That is free, everyone. Just wanted to drop that tidbit in there. It is free to share, so definitely do so. If you're unable to purchase from my actual webpage, Kai Nyoaah, this is one way that you're able to support me, by sharing what it is that I am doing. And that means just as much to me as if you were going to go purchase actual products from me. So definitely share, and I appreciate that as well. Okay, so I am finished with the set. I'm done with the portion as far as doing the neon tips. What I'm going to be doing next is the flame smoke neon situation that I'm doing with this set. So you can go ahead and watch me as I do that. So I just wanted to go ahead and mention, I don't know if you saw, that I did go ahead and put base coat on top of this white acrylic paint because it dried up a little bit. So it also gave me that capability of, one, making it look cut up, smoky, and then allowing the powders to actually be able to sit on top of it. So again, this is something that is a tip that can assist you if the acrylic paint is all you have and it dries up a little bit. If you want it to like wet and back up so you're able to set the acrylic on top of it or the powders on top of it, you can just use base coat. So I am finished up. As you can see, I have gone ahead and completed my neon tip smoky neon look, stiletto look, and I hope that you guys like how it came out. I actually really love how it came out. because of how it originally was looking. Again, you have to trust the process. So thank you again for watching and coming to my channel. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Stay tuned for more content to come. Vicky Pastiche out.